Right now, members of the community and Detroit police are meeting about the recent shooting of Terrence Kellum. He was killed, you may recall, by an ICE agent Monday afternoon, serving a warrant for his arrest on armed robbery charges. Today, we learned the agent who pulled the trigger, Mitchell Quinn, has faced some charges in the past, accused of pointing a gun to his wife's head 7 years ago.
Now, those charges, we should point out, were dismissed due to a lack of evidence. Agent Mitchell says Kellum had a hammer, something his family denies. We have also learned Quinn has retained an attorney, and this incident, of course, still remains under investigation.
And joining us now to discuss this, Congresswoman Brenda Lawrence. She joins us from Washington, D.C., and Ron Scott from the Detroit Coalition Against Police Brutality.
Now, Congresswoman, I want to start with you here. You have spoken to ICE, Mayor Mike Duggan, Chief Craig, all of them. What have they told you about this incident? What is your understanding?
First of all, I want to give my condolences to the family of Mr. Kellum. I want you to know that every agency that I've talked to, because this is also a federal agent that was involved in this, have placed this at a priority for investigating and gathering all the information so that we can make a presentation to the prosecutor. In this case, it'll be Kim Worthy, for her to investigate and make a decision of whether there was any wrongdoing in this situation. I am very encouraged by hearing each agency that I talked to, ICE, the federal marshals, talked to the chief of police, talked to Mayor Duggan. Everyone we're all in the same place. I, as a member of Congress, wanting to make sure that the answers that are needed in this situation, so the community, the family, and our law enforcement officers can have the information we need to move forward and address the situation.
Ron, I'm going to talk to you now. We did see some protests last night. Things were very peaceful. Do you expect that to continue?
Well, I don't, at this particular point, we haven't set another protest, but I think people have a right to do what they're going to do, and we're going to continue to be vigilant about this. Some of the organizing that was done, we did. Some other people did. We did the peaceful part, and we will continue to do that if necessary.
Now, Congressman, you watched what has been happening in Baltimore. Are you afraid something like that could happen here in Detroit again? And what about the response?
I'm not even looking at anything like Baltimore happening here.
I'm not equating what happened and what's happening in Baltimore with what's happening in Detroit. I'm very confident that, the police chief has said tonight he's having a meeting in the community to talk to the community to make sure that their concerns are addressed. We have made a concerted effort in Detroit to make sure that we respond to these situations. We have Kim Worthy, who is one of the most respected prosecutors, I say, in the country. And she is the one who has the ultimate responsibility to have that trust and expectation that this will be processed. And that's part of my passion, is to make sure that the federal government, make sure that locally, the police chief and everyone, we get all the investigative skills intact and come together so that we can get resolution to this issue.
Ron, we did talk about Chief Craig. The Congresswoman just did there as well. We spoke to him about this incident yesterday here on the Now Detroit, how quick he was to respond. Do you think that has helped keep things calm in Detroit, his response to this?
Well, I think that the people in the city of Detroit were going to be calm anyway. I mean, I'm glad that the chief has done what he's done. I just hope that there would be no more information about the investigation presented before it's done, like this whole question about whether or not there's a hammer. I think that was improprietous. If the investigation hasn't been done, then if you don't have an evidentiary basis, this fact's not in evidence. So I would hope that those kind of statements would be reserved. And I just think it's a testament to the people in the city of Detroit. The people in the city of Detroit are much more resilient, much more managed, much more reasonable, and much more intelligent than to go out and do things against themselves. So I think while I appreciate what the chief did, I also appreciate the people in the city of Detroit, because I think we're a wise people and we love our city.
Good point, Ron Scott. Thank you so very much for that. And the Congresswoman, again, assuring that this transparency is there. And that is what has been missing in, I think, Baltimore, the transparency.
Some other cities, that's for sure. Thanks, both of you, very much.